shit on the shelf, cause the way the real wealth is being real myself. Might not have to see the glory of the government of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf, cause the way the real wealth is being real myself. Might not have to see the glory of the government of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help.
Money, money, money. That's all you have to say. I know you
like Kanye West said, having money is not everything, not having it is. Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. It's the love of money that's you don't like money so much, right? You doesn't go to work. Everybody knows that about one of the things I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. Not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. H Cortez.
Good morning, Black World, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Black Wealth Movement Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Hey, if you are serious about building generational wealth, and you're struggling to do it on your own, that might be why you're struggling to do it at all, because you're trying to do it on your own. Building generational wealth really takes a village, guys. And the Black Wealth Movement is a network of people who are committed to teaching and bringing financial literacy to the Black community and 5 core areas of focus. Number 1 is entrepreneurship. This is America. You got to be have a business in America, or else you're a foreigner in your own country. Number 2, tax minimization. Wealthy people do not pay more taxes than they absolutely have to. Number 3, debt elimination. Wealthy people do not have a lot of personal debt. So you got to get out of personal debt. Number 4, you have to understand the power of credit and why it's important that you fight tooth and nail for your good name in the marketplace. In other words, your good credit. Number 5, asset accumulation. We've got to get our people in the habit of buying things that will appreciate in value versus buying junk. Yeah, I said it. Why? Because next weekend, we about to go spend a whole lot of money on a whole bunch of junk. And instead, if you have financial literacy and financial education, you could take that money and instead of buying junk, you can go buy you some junk bonds, right? Some corporate bonds that will build and grow your money instead of buying junk to fill your house. So text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Again, if you're serious about joining a team of people that's building wealth, where you will be able to lean on, learn from, glean from, get some insight, be mentored by my multi-million dollar mentors as well, text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887, and we can go down this journey of building wealth together. Is it Nadiva? Says, nope, not me. I get you, sis. I get you, man. There's about to be a whole bunch of other cultures that will get rich next weekend off of our labor. The Black Wealth Movement is about us getting rich off our own labor, off our own efforts, off our own intellect. The collective consciousness of the people in this movement is bananas, worth $35 a month alone. Then you get a business system on top of that. You get some tools and other resources. So do me a huge favor. You check this out on YouTube. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. If you're checking this out on Facebook, please do me a favor. Share the stream out right now. Hit the notification button so that you get notified every time we go live. I do lunch and learns. I do a lot of stuff that you want to be involved in. So definitely do that. Hit the share button and hit the notification button so that you subscribe to the feed so you get notifications when we go live. So really quickly, man, let's just get on with today's business. I apologize for being a little late. Had some technical issues with my machinery and my physical machinery. So I was feeling a little wheezy, feeling a little sick when I got up this morning. But you know what? This is episode number 300, y'all. So I said, man, I can't let episode 300 go. without getting up and saying something to the people. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in, rocking with your boy for 18 months or so since we started doing the show, man. It has been a blast for me, and hopefully it's been a blast for you as well. But let's get on to the teaching, the motivation and the encouragement, man. Listen, today we're talking about the 11 mental money traps of poor people. This is what's keeping poor people poor, more so than procrastination, more so than having bad ideas. These are just mental money traps that if you can get out of your own way, you can start building some serious wealth. Mental money trap number one. And for those of you who do not know, this is a study of Myron Golden's book, From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. People ask me all the time, what books are you reading? If you go to books.financialhealthmentor.com, do that. Somebody put that in the chat for me. Books.financialhealthmentor.com, and you will get a list of books from Black authors that I like, things that I haven't read, things that I have on my list to read. Of course, my books are there. My coaching program is there. But also you will see this book. You will see the Black Wealth Movement Book of the Month. So that is something, if you want to participate in if you don't want to join the movement, but you want to be part of our Black Wealth Movement Book of the Month, you certainly can do that. All you have to do is go to books.financialhealthmentor.com, and you will see every month what book we are going into. And that's what we're doing right now. So it is From the Trash Man to the Cash Man by Myron Golden. And he lists 11 mental money traps that can keep poor people from getting rich. Mental money trap number one: mistaking negativism for skepticism. Mental money trap number one: mistaking negativism for skepticism. Says for the first money trap that people need to avoid is mistaking negativism for skepticism. Skepticism is good. See, I don't have a problem with people being skeptical about anything and everything, right? Because being skeptical will make you do your research. However, being negative about anything and everything is what's keeping poor people broke. Since negativism is bad, you might ask, what's the difference between skepticism and negativism? Skepticism says, I'm not sure that this is for real. I've got my doubts. However, I'm willing to check it out further. I'm going to investigate to find out whether my skepticism is valid or not. Number one, mistaking negativism for skepticism. Negativism says, I don't think this is good, and I'm not even going to look at it. I don't think there is any possibility of this happening, so it's not even worth looking into. How many poor people do you know? How many broke people do you know that won't even look at opportunities to change their situation because they're busy with negativism versus skepticism? Trevor, my man, what's going on? If you guys are not following Trevor Otts, the Black CEO, and his tribe and everything that he's got going on, man, you are missing out. He has a network of Black professionals, the largest network of Black professionals on the planet. And they're always doing things like this, teaching, motivating, encouraging our people. So anytime you see Black CEO anywhere, it's a worth you being skepticism and checking it out, and not being negativism and not looking at it. So again, mental money trap number one: mistaking negativism for skepticism. Skepticism is good. Skepticism will make you do your research, will make you investigate. But the main difference is when you're skeptical, you said, hey, I'm not sure this thing is right, but I'm sure I need to at least check it out to see if my skepticism is real. Skepticism says, man, get out of here with that. Ain't no way that could be right. Man, I ain't taking no time to look at that because I know for a fact it ain't worth me even looking into. How many people, especially me with the Black Wealth Movement, I have a $35 program that can transform your life financially, and you won't even look at it? You complain about being broke. You complain about drowning in debt. You see your paycheck every week and you look at that gross amount, and then you look at that net amount and you're thinking to yourself, that's gross. And you will complain about that. But then when I offer you a solution, you would say, man, get out of here. Negativism versus skepticism. I got over 300 people in the Black Wealth Movement now who says, I'm skeptical of what you're talking about, man. I'm not sure I should be playing around with my W-4 form. I'm not sure I should be writing off my lifestyle, but I have heard that wealthy people write off their lifestyle. I have heard that wealthy people don't pay taxes. I do know that all wealthy people have businesses, and that's everything that you're talking about. I'm skeptical, but I at least have to investigate and see if my skepticism is real. Books.financialhealthmentor.com. If you want to go grab a copy of this book and always know what the book of the month is for the Black Wealth Movement. And also I have tons of books from other Black authors as well. Right? Yeah, we all know plenty of people who are just negative and not skeptical. And they think that they're being skeptical. No, skeptical says, I'm going to check it out and see if I have a reason to be skeptical. But negative says, man, I ain't going to waste my time. But then a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, they always are kicking themselves in the butt, say, man, my skepticism wasn't even real. I could have participated in that way back when, and I'd be straight now. Mental money trap number one. Mental money trap number two. Poor people are too myopic about money. Poor people are too myopic about money. Another mental money trap we face is that we are too myopic around the subject of money. The word myopic means we only see things that are up close and not things that are down the road. We don't look at tomorrow. We don't look at next week. We don't look at next month. We don't look at 10 years from now. Guys, I want you to realize something when it comes to your money situation, man. We have been systematically and socialized to look at our life 1 week at a time. How did somebody get you to do that? They pay you weekly. They pay you bi-weekly. So we cannot look any further than our payday. Come on now, talk to me. Comment and share if you agree. Most people cannot look any further than payday. Most people cannot look any further than their payday. Why? Because their life is tied up in that paycheck, and they can't function or operate unless they can get to that paycheck. And when you can only see one step at a time, one day, man, it really kills you. It literally messes you up if that's all you can see. I tell you on this show all the time, man, I got a 1,000-year game plan. Wait a minute, Cortez, you ain't gonna live 1,000 years. How you got a 1,000-year game plan? I've got a 1,000-year game plan for my family, for my legacy, for my last name. Like Dame Dash says, I'm hustling for my last name. I've got a 1,000-year legacy, a game plan, implementation right now for my legacy. 1,000 years from now, my name And you can call it being vain or whatever, but 1,000 years from now, they're going to be talking about a few people from this century. 1,000 years from now, they're going to be talking about a few people who were world changers, influential, very dynamic from this century. There's a few names that are still going to be on the mouths of the people. You guys think that the Rockefeller name is still going to be ringing 1,000 years from now? Do you guys think that the Carnegie name is going to still be ringing 1,000 years from now? Do you think that the Gates name is still going to be relevant 1,000 years from now? Do you think that the Zuckerberg name is still going to be relevant 1,000 years from now? So tell me, why the heck can't Thornton be relevant 1,000 years from now? We got to get out of this only living for Friday night, Saturday night, living for the weekend, only living for me. My kids gonna have to fend for themselves. No, we got to start looking generationally down the road. The things I'm doing today, right now, I'm not even going to be able to partake of the fruit of all of this labor. I'm planting trees right now that won't even bear fruit for 35 years. Are you thinking generationally, or are you looking to the weekend? We've been systematically and socially programmed to see just the things that are right in front of us, right? That's the problem that we're having. That's what we're going through. We only see those things that are right in front of us. And that's the game that they're playing. That news that you see that's right in front of you, it is keeping your butt trapped in this illusion of the right now. And there's nothing more elusive than your right now moment. And if you're not saying the things that I'm doing right now, I'm doing this for a future benefit, then you, my friend, are part of the problem. Poor people are too myopic about money. They can't see long range. They have no vision. There's two reasons that people perish. Two main reasons our peoples are perishing according to the Bible. What are they? Our people perish for a lack of knowledge, and that where there is no vision, our people perish. Our people are perishing for a lack of knowledge, and where there is no vision, our people are perishing. And when you don't have knowledge or vision, you're setting yourself up to be a slave for the rest of your life. I'm gonna say it again. According to the Bible, I'm a Christian, so I believe that is the holy word of God. According to the Bible, there is two reasons that our people are perishing. Our people perish for lack of knowledge, and where there is no vision, the people perish. And we are dealing with, when you're dealing with a poor person and a lot of broke people, there is no knowledge and there is no vision. Therefore, they are perishing. So you don't have to have a 1,000-year game plan like me, but get you a 100-year game plan at least. Get you a 2-3 generation game plan at least. It's got to be more than about you. We can't keep forcing our children to start over. Building wealth is a marathon relay. Building wealth is a marathon relay. That means it's a distance run for you, and then you got to hand the baton off to the next generation. It's a marathon relay. And for the last 400 or 500 years in this country, we've been dropping the baton. As that thing has passed from one generation to the next, we've been dropping the baton. Now, Are there some things that cause us to drop that baton? Let's be clear here. I don't want anybody jumping on me and saying, brother, but look at what's been happening, the obstacles. I'm well aware of that. But when you know that there are obstacles in your presence, in your midst, in your place, you start to say, hey, we have got to protect the passage of this baton with our lives. A good relay team understands that it doesn't matter how fast as an individual that I can run, but if I can't get this handoff right of this baton, that's going to cost us. So we do the running as individuals. But then when it's time for that critical moment of exchange, the handoff, we fumble, we bobble. That's what's costing the next generation. So as a marathon relay, we have to, as we're running ourselves personally, we have to also be conscious and always preparing for the handoff, for the passing of the baton. All right. So mental money trap number 2, poor people are just too myopic. They don't have long-term vision. They can only see what's in front of them. And that's part of the problem, right? Mental money trap number 3. Again, this is coming from the book, from Myron Golden's book, from the trash man to the cash man. If you guys want to get a copy of that book, do me a favor and go get it from my website. I do have an affiliate account with Amazon. So if you go to books.financialhealthmentor.com, you're going to see my books and my coaching program at the top. But then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see Black Wealth Movement Book of the Month. And that's our book club book. And you can grab it right there. Number 3, poor people don't desire or like money. Poor people don't desire or like money. Now, here's what you're saying. You say, yes, I do. I desire money. I want to be able to make money to pay my light bill. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You don't really desire it, because if the only thing you want money for is to pay your bill, then your payday is not really a payday anyway. It's just a transfer day. If all you're working for is just to pay bills, then you're not working for payday, you're working for a money transfer day. Every week, I'm just going to take this money and transfer it to make somebody else wealthy. Every week, I'm working my tail off, and every dime I get, I'm going to take it and I'm going to transfer it to somebody else to make them wealthy. You guys heard of the term pay yourself first? Poor and broke people don't do that. They don't even like or desire money. So you are only making money to pay it to someone else. You are not using it to create wealth. All you are doing is running back and forth, working hard to pay the light bill and to pay the house payment and to pay the water bill and to pay the food bill. You're not really earning a living. You're just transferring money from the person who employs you to the person you owe. You don't like money. You can't desire money, because every time you get your hands on some, you're transferring it to someone else. So you can't desire money. See, what poor and broke people don't understand is you have to have the right attitude when it comes to money. Otherwise, you will repel it away from you. And we talked about yesterday, man, earlier in this book, he talks about working a job being the absolute worst way to make money on the planet, legitimately. It's the worst way to make money. We've established that time is the most valuable asset that we have. Working a job is the only time we will take something that is extremely valuable and trade it for something that is less valuable, and we do it with pride. Now, we do it, but most of the time we know if I'm in a pinch, so you got $1,000 camera, but you're in a pinch, you're in a bind, you need money right away. So I'm going to leverage this $3,000 camera for $300. I know I'm giving you something extremely more valuable, less valuable, but I'm doing it because I'm in a pinch, I'm in a bind, I'm in a situation, I'm between a rock and a hard place. Pride in doing that. In fact, I'm pissed off, man. That's all you're gonna give me is $300, but I gotta take it because that's the situation I'm in. So we understand having to, or being forced to, trade something of more value for something that's less valuable because circumstances and situations will dictate that. But what's the excuse that we use for trading our time that is infinitely more valuable than the money that we're getting paid on our job? And we do that with pride. We do that for years on end. We do that 40 years. We do that with consistency. We are so bamboozled that we say things like my job, company. Ownership in that whatsoever. Something that's infinitely more valuable for something that is hardly worth any value at all, and you do it with pride. You do it with a smile on your face. Cortez, I gotta eat. I got bills to pay. I've got a mortgage. I've got a car note. You do. If you got residual bills to pay, it makes sense for you to put your time, energy, and effort into something that's going to bring you residual money. Run that one back. If you have residual to pay, doesn't it just make sense for you to put your time, effort, and energy into something that's going to bring you some residual money? Can't continue to trade your dollar, trade your time for money in a one-to-one relationship. I trade an hour worth of time for an hour worth of money. Once that hour worth of money comes and goes, now I got to go put another hour worth of time. And no, if you're going to trade your time, something that is infinitely more valuable, that is tremendously less in value, doesn't it just make sense to be trading that time for something that's going to produce money for you over and over and over again? My time into things that's going to produce me a residual or passive income. Money comes over and over and over. I don't put an hour into something and then that hour gives me payment one time and then that's the end of it. No, it's something that one time is going to pay me a little bit of money. It's going to pay me a little bit of money today. Then tomorrow it's going to pay me a little bit of money. Then it's going to pay me a little bit of money. See, we talked about the 5 things that all wealthy people have in common: income, residual income, business systems, multiple streams of income, and mentorship. Those are the 5 things that all wealthy people have in common. I like to use this example because I think you get it. See, A poor person or broke person's mentality is they're going to go and work a job, even if they're making $1,000 an hour. Guess what? There's only 24 hours in a day, so they can only make $24,000 in a single day. Wealthy people mindset says my time is more valuable than money, so I'm not going to give my time to make $1,000 an hour and have to keep working every hour. Well, a wealthy person says, I'm going to spend an hour of my time to build a system that's going to make me $100 a day. They build a system that makes them $100 a day. In 10 days, they have $1,000. So what they do is they take that $1,000 and they build another system that's going to make them $100 a day. So now they have two systems running that they don't have to spend a lot of time dealing with, but those two systems are making them $100 a day. So now they're making $200 a day. In 5 days, they got $1,000. They'll take the $1,000 and invest it in building another system that's going to bring them $100 a day. Now they got $300 a day coming from 3 different systems. Time back, and they keep doing that, and eventually they have 10 systems making them $100 per day. Same $1,000 per day that you're making, transferring your using your labor, but they're using systems. What if you go down and you cannot work? You can't make your $1,000 per hour. Systems goes down, guess what? They're still making $900 off 9 other systems. So you have to understand the power in putting your energy and effort into things that will pay you over and over and over and over and over again. I'm not job bashing, but if you think about the fundamental principles of working a job, it is the absolute worst way to make money on this planet legally. Because you're trading something that's more valuable for something that's less valuable on a one-to-one relationship. Got to change the mindset. Got to change the mindset. Let's go to mental money trap number 4. This is a big one. It's a big one. Poor people value consumption more than they value production. Especially for us, man. This is a big one. Poor people value consumption more than they value production. I'm gonna give you a statistic. I'm still digging into this one, man, because I find it really hard to believe. But everything that I've researched so far continues to back this up. Black people have a median income of about $35,000 per household. That is the lowest median income of any cultural group on the planet. Yet, we account for about 80% of all retail spending. Yeah, y'all know I'm gonna run that one back. Black people have a median household income of about $35,000 per year on average. We have the lowest median income, the lowest median net worth. We account for about 80% of all retail spending. We do need to give a moment of silence for that crap. Because that's heavy when you think about it. That's heavy. See, when you watch the movie The Matrix, and they show that scene where there's rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of human being formed for their energy, because Morpheus says that the human body gives off so many BTUs of energy, right? and you watch that scene and you see that there's rows and rows and rows of people being formed, and then you take into the account that the Matrix is supposedly written by a Black woman who supposedly have won a lawsuit against them, but you know, I've only seen that on Facebook, so you just can't never know what. I mean, people put fake news on Facebook all the time, but if you think about it, it signifies, it's symbolic of there's a machine out here, which the Matrix, there are against the machines. The thing that power the machines is the very people that's supposed to be fighting against the machine. See, from a Black man's perspective, there is a machine that has its foot on my neck. It's called white supremacy and racism. But the very people that power that machine is the people whose neck the machine is stepping on and has been stepping on for centuries. Consumption habits are what power the machine called white supremacy / racism. So in one breath, we're trying to fight the machine with this hand, but at the same time, with this hand, we're steady feeding the machine. Get off me, get off me, get off me. Are you well fed? Are you well fed? Are you well fed? You need to grow. Keep eating so you can continue to grow, so you can continue to put pressure on my neck. Get off me, get off me, get off me. But I'm feeding them. That's what we're doing with our consumption habits. So it says, this is one principle that can make you wealthy even if you only have a job. Learn to value production over consumption. I am talking about production versus consumption when it comes to how you use your money. Production versus consumption, how you use your money. Right? You may be wondering, what's the difference between production and consumption? Production means you use your money to produce more money instead of using your money to consume someone else's product. Every time you make money, you be sure that money produces something before you just spend it. Don't just use your money to consume things. In our community, in the Black Wealth Movement, we call it cash, asset, cash. Every single time you put your hands on some cash, you need to extract some of that cash. Doesn't matter how you got it. If you got it through working with labor, that's cool. However you got it, you take that cash, you use it to buy, build, or invest in some sort of asset that's going to bring you more cash before you spend and pay anybody else. Before you spend and pay anybody else, you peel money off the top for you. For me, I peel money off the top to give back by way of my tithes. Oh, crap. I'm trying to see what's going on with my computer. And then I peel money off the top to buy, build, or invest in an asset. The number one asset that I'm investing in right now is me and my private equity businesses. I do have a gold account where I transfer cash, fiat currency into gold. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I put money into my brokerage account. So I'm preparing to figure out what stocks I'm going to start buying. But every time I get my hands on some money, I buy, build, or invest in some sort of income producing assets. I'm part of a Black-owned water company. Every month I buy 200 shares of that company. So there's a lot of things that you could be doing on autopilot to take your money to another level if you want to. If you guys are interested in buying gold, go to gold.financialhealthmentor.com. You can set it up to where $50 per pay period can come out of your check, and it will automatically go into a gold account where you can transfer your fiat currency into gold. You can have them deliver the gold to you, or they'll hold the gold to get to a certain amount, which is what I like to do because they cost you about $15 to have it shipped to you. So why have one piece shipped to you when you can just let it accumulate and they can ship you 5, 6, 7, 10 grams at a time. So gold.financial health mentor if you are interested in transferring fiat currency into gold, and you can create a gold savings account so you can have money coming out of your check and automatically transferring to gold on a regular basis on autopilot, right? You should do the same thing with your brokerage account. Everybody needs 3 accounts, man. You have your regular account, your checking account, your savings account, and your brokerage account. Have some money direct deposited from your regular checking, have it split up. Some of it goes to your savings, some of it goes to your checking, and some of it goes to your brokerage account. Even if you don't know and understand what stocks you're going to buy, check my man Evan Jefferson out. He does stock analysis and all that kind of stuff, man. He's a beast at understanding the markets, but at least have the money going over there, have the account set up so when it comes time for you to pull the trigger, the money is already there. You should be doing this on a regular and consistent basis, man. Pay yourself first and then figure out how to live on the rest. If you're not using your company match on your company's 401k, man, if your company says, hey, if you give us 4% of your income, we're going to give you 4% a match. Then if you are not putting 4% into your company's 401k plan, you are absolutely bonkers. Trust me, guys, put the 4% in there. I know it might come out to be $200 a pay period, $300 a pay period, or whatever. I promise you, you will figure out how to live on the rest. Ask me how I know. Because everybody watching this stream right now has gotten down to their last $20 on earth before. And we've taken that last $20 and we made it stretch for 7 days. We've all on this stream gotten to our last $20 before. And we made that last $20 stretch for 7 days. We had to eat. We had to put gas in the car. We had to have lunch on the job. We had to go to the laundromat with a last $20. And we made that thing last for 7, 8, 9 days until we got paid again. So I promise you, if we start treating our lump sum of money that we get on payday like our last $20, you will build wealth, I promise you. But you got to start treating your money like the seed and not the harvest. You got to start treating your money like the seed. See, when you get out to that last $20, you budget every penny of it. But when you get paid on Friday, the first thing you do, you let $100 get away from you off the top. You go out and eat a big lunch, a bigger lunch than you normally do. Normally, you bring your lunch to work Monday through Thursday. On Friday, you go out and eat lunch. Normally, you cook dinner at home. On payday Friday, you take the family out to eat. Normally, you wouldn't go stop at the Red Box and rent any movies. You watch whatever's on TV. But on payday Friday, we go and we drop $10 in the Red Box. Come on now. Come on now. We have to start treating the lump sum the same way we treat the last 20. We got to start treating the lump sum the same way that last $10, man, that's all I got. It's Monday. I don't get paid till Friday. And somehow we figure out how to make that last $10 last till Friday. Well, what if we take the same mentality that we have with that last $10? What if we take that mentality with the whole paycheck? Yeah, I think it's starting to sink in. I think we're getting it. I think we're getting it. So we have to get out of valuing consumption more than we value production, right? We got to get out of valuing consumption more than we value production. So we only got through 4 of them today. We'll do the other 7 tomorrow in part 2. I believe this is good stuff. I believe this is helping people. That's why I still get up, guys. And let me give you my testimony, because I started this show last year in July, before I retired from corporate America. Before I fired my boss, I started this show. Why? Because I had to be at work at 9, But I'd be damned if I'm going to get up and go to work in somebody else's business before I do what? Pay myself first. So I started this show, doing this show before work. Then I get up and go to work. And guess what? Since I fired my job, y'all still see me every morning. I no longer have a job. I no longer have to get up at 7 to come and do this show. I do this show because I love y'all, because I want y'all to win. And I hope y'all appreciate this. But yeah, sometimes it's like, I can just sleep in. It's like, no, let me get up and bless the people with a show, right? So if you're struggling, you're trying to figure out your home-based business deal, and you're struggling to try to find time, sometimes you can't find the time after work, because your life usually, for most people, especially if you got kids, your life gets more hectic after work than it does before work. So maybe you need to get up a little earlier and pay yourself first with your time. Give yourself your time before you give it to your boss. So even before I started doing the show, I would still get up, I would do my marketing, I would record a video, I would do something in my business before I went and did 8 hours in somebody else's business. Are y'all following me? Every day I would get up earlier than I had to so I could do something in my business before I went and gave 8 hours to somebody else's business. And that put me in a position to fire my boss. And now I'm a full-time employee, a full-time business owner for myself. You got to put your time in to your own thing, y'all. You're trading dollars for trading time for dollars on a one-to-one exchange. If your bills are residual, you've got to put dollars in. You got to put your time into something that's going to produce residual income. I get it. You got a job. You got to take care of the family now. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10 hours that you're doing that to take care of the family, right? But then what are you doing with your other time that's going to take care of your future generations? See, the job is taken care of right now. What are you going to do to take care of tomorrow? That's where we have to get you thinking. See, I knew that for me, I walked away from a $60,000 a year job to make $30,000 in my own business. I'm going to run that one back. And some people think I'm crazy, and my family still think I'm crazy right now. I walked away from a $60,000 a year job with benefits to make $30,000 a year in my own business with no benefits, no tangible benefits, right? But the intangible benefits of owning my time far exceed the tangible healthcare benefits and all the other tangible benefits of working a job and the safety and security of a paycheck all the time. Lisa says, run back your gold link. Yeah, gold.financialhealthmentor.com. Gold.financialhealthmentor.com. And you can set up an affiliate account for free. It doesn't cost you anything, but as an affiliate, you can then go and buy gold from your own affiliate account. And what I sometimes do is, I'm not on it right now, but every couple months, I will take some of my income from my financial education franchise. I set it up to buy gold every week. So every time I get that notification that says, hey, your cash flow just increased. Well, my mentor, the $600 million man, says, hey, every time your cash flow increased, you take some of that cash, you buy, build, or invest in an asset. So I take some of that cash and I have it automatically buying a gram of gold. And I will do that for 3-4 weeks at a time, and give me 3 or 4 grams, and then I'll come off of it and take the same $50, $60 that it takes to buy a gram of gold, and then I might be transferring that into my brokerage account. So I'm just dropping a little money in different areas to continue to buy assets all the time. to buy assets all the time. So it's free for an affiliate account. The company is Carrot Bar, so it's free for you to have an affiliate account with them. It is a business opportunity. If you wanted to refer people to, and they start buying gold through your free affiliate account, they will pay you a commission. But you guys ought to know that about me by now. Everything that I do, there's some sort of affiliate attached to it, because if you're going to be spending time doing something, then you want to be able to leverage that thing to get paid from it over and over and over again. So that was part one of mental money traps that Black people are suffering from. So tomorrow we're going to do part 2 of that. We're going to go through number 5 through 11, and I promise I'll get started on time and we'll get through all 5 of those things. But if you can break these chains mentally, guys, sky is literally the limit. If you can break these chains mentally, the sky is literally the limit. Don't be myopic when it comes to money, only being able to see what's in front of you. Put together a long-range game plan. It don't have to be 1,000 years like mine, but maybe it's 100 years. Maybe it's 3 generations from now. You can kind of foresee what your family's name is going to be like, right? There's, like I said, generational. This thing is a marathon relay. You got to run hard, but you have to focus on running. And when you're running hard, you have to always be conscious of the effort and the energy and the significance of passing the baton to the next generation. So I'm H Cortez. If you want to join the Black Wealth Movement, make sure you inbox me and I'll get you some insight on that. And a lot of people try to go and join the Black Wealth Movement group on Facebook. You can't join that group unless you are in the business, the $35 a month membership. Then you get into that group. So I just want to be clear about that. I'm H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, y'all, you deserve it. Peace out.